The House of Medici. The House of Medici is an Italian banking family and political dynasty that first consolidated power in Florence during the first half of the 15th century under Cosimo de' Medici. The family originated from the Mugello region of the Tuscany and prospered gradually until it was able to fund the Medici Bank. The bank was the largest in Europe during the 15th century and was able to facilitate the Medici's rise of power in Florence. Cosimo de' Medici was an Italian banker who established the Medici family as effective ruler of Florence during the Italian Renaissance. He was a patron of arts, learning, and architecture. In 1444, he founded the first public library in Florence at San Marco, which was of central importance to the Humanist movement of Florence during the Renaissance. Another important family member of the Medici family is Lorenzo de' Medici. He is an Italian statesman, banker, de facto ruler of the Florence Republic, and most powerful and enthusiastic patron of Renaissance culture in Italy. Lorenzo was a catalyst for enormous amounts of arts patronage, encouraging his countrymen to commission works from the leading artists of Florence. He maintained a court of artists that made Florence the center of Renaissance artistic production.
The Medici family was the one who innovated banking by creating branch network. They figured the holding company structure. They set up each branch as partnership and the Medici being the majority shareholder. They used this to protect the family riches if ever one of the bank branches came into financial difficulty. The Medici family patronage arts. They would sponsor artists commissioned for major work of art. This allowed artists to focus on their art without worrying about money. Some of the artists that the Medici sponsor are Leonardo da Vinci, Italian artist, engineer, and scientist, born on April 15, 1452, and died on May 2, 1519. Italian painter, draughtsman, sculpture architect, and whose genius, perhaps more than that of any other figure, epitomizes the Renaissance humanist ideal. Michelangelo, born on March 6, 1975, died on February 18, 1564, Rome Papal State. Italian Renaissance sculptor, painter, architect, and poet who exerted an unparalleled influence on the development of Western art. Sandro Botticelli, born in Florence around 1444 to 1445. Alessandro Di Mariano Giovanni Felipe, also known as Sandro Botticelli, came from humble beginnings. Botticelli prepared for painting would still lead him to the first stage of his artistic career when he was teenager.
Although the Medici family was a big help in the race of Renaissance, there is actually a hidden agenda behind all this that the family used for their own good.
A hidden agenda. The whole patronizing the arts was basically all a political strategy. The family used this as a way to have the absolute power in all Florence. By commissioning portraits that flattered their public persona. This made the way for them to climb the social ladder by using this clever marketing. Although this was all a political agenda, it really did help create the high Renaissance. It was the Medici wealth. They were bankers, along with their passion for art and their supersized egos, that helped Florence fund the Renaissance and make the city the art capital of the Western world. The Medici family corrupted Renaissance values of virtue through its obsession of associating the family with the divine, establishing both literal and symbolic religious association and overtones.
Humanism. Humanism is an intellectual movement that was at the heart of the Italian Renaissance. It put an emphasis on man, his intellect, and his life on earth. It also started the church shouldn't rule certain matters, and it rediscovered ancient items, thoughts, and beliefs. Humanism changed education in many countries in Europe by shifting the focus away from medieval scholasticism and towards greater emphasis on classical education in the fields of philosophy, rhetoric, science, and arts.
Humanism also promoted that humans are at the center of their own universe and should embrace human achievements in education, arts, literature, and science. Also, interest in humanism transformed the artist from an anonymous craftsman to an individual practicing an intellectual pursuit, enabling several to become the first celebrity artists. A growing mercantile class offered artists new patrons that requested novel subjects, notably portraits and scenes from contemporary life. The Medici family also had a huge contribution in humanism, most specifically Cosimo de' Medici. He influenced painting, sculptures, and architecture. He also influenced learning through his support of both humanistic education.